What's going on?
What's up? Thank you for coming on through. I think we just had like a little misunderstanding, little technical difficulty just a little while ago, but I'm glad I got you on now. How you doing?
I'm well about yourself.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Tell everybody just a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself, and then I'm getting ready to dig in and get this interview cranked up for you.
Okay, understood. Well, I hail from the very large city of Hemingway, South Carolina. Three stoplights,
Thank you.
no Walmart, no mall. Uh, been doing comedy about 4 years. Been doing comedy about 4 years. That's kind of I kind of just found my why, if you know what I'm saying. Just kind of found my why, and I realized that something I always been doing, like making people laugh, and I always enjoyed that. If I can bring any joy to somebody else, like that's always been a major thing for me. Let me see what else. Got two older brothers. I'm the baby boy, so they showed me the ropes coming up, and they helped teach me, learn from their mistakes, and hopefully help me become the best person that I can be, and still striving to do just that.
Okay, okay. Well, I appreciate you just coming through and just doing the introduction. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Now, where did the name Senio come from?
So my government given name is Arsenio. But when I was coming up, a partner of mine, like something he would always do whenever he saw me, like, 'cause I'm always clowning, so he was a pretty funny dude. He used to always be like, Senio. That was his favorite thing to say. And even to this day, if I see him out somewhere, he hit me with that same thing. And I was like, you know what? It's kind of catchy, and it's still me. So I was like, all right, that's what I'm gonna run with.
Okay, okay. So I know your thing is making people laugh. So who were some of your inspirations? Who are some of the people that uh, you look up to in the game?
Oh wow. So of course, a lot. I guess a lot of people look up to, like the bigger names, like the Kevin Harts. Like I respect him, like at one of the highest levels, because even though so many people know what he's doing, he's always working. From his comedy to his fitness. If you know anything about me, that's like major for me. So like that's kind of something I aspire to do. Like he's like the only comedian I ever known to have like a shoe deal. He got a shoe contract with Nike. If you run at all on the Nike app or whatever, like on Sundays, is what I learned. On Sundays, what he does is like you'll hear him talking to you, like egging you on, like cheering you on the app. That's one person I look up to. Another guy that I look up to is Ali Sadiq. He's not really he's a big name comedian if you know comedy. But if like it really depends. He actually was locked up from a young age, and then he got out. Like he was doing comedy in prison, and he got out, and that because he used to sell dope. And like he realized, after I think he said he was 16, bought his mama a BMW, bought her a house, and he said when the police questioned her, like she was like, oh, I had no idea. Like she had no idea supposedly that he was doing the things he was doing. And I just I admire him because whatever life threw at him, he just still pushed through and made himself through his dreams. And as far as stand up, of course, like my favorite comedian of all time, Eddie Murphy, because of what he did. Eddie Murphy, like people talk about like big comedians and stuff, and pretty much everybody like took a little something from Eddie Murphy, because he was Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart. Like they knew Eddie in every country. He was 20 years old, 19 years old on Saturday Night Live. In high, like, I research a lot of that stuff. He was in high school. Like he would be on Saturday Night Live one night, and then the next day he had class. I just think that whole thing is amazing. So in the comedy game, I would go with like a Ali Sadiq, Kevin Hart, of course Eddie Murphy, Mike Epps, Ricky Smiley, and amazingly, Nick Cannon because of what he's doing.
Okay.
With Wild 'N Out and everything. I feel like it's like the new gateway for younger comedians or even older comedians. It's like a new wave of Def Comedy Jam or Comic View. So those are a couple of guys that that I look up to and kind of help inspire me to do the things that I aspire to do.
I think that is so awesome that you really did your homework. I did not know that about Eddie Murphy. I really didn't
Hey
know.
man,
So you did your homework, man.
I'll tell you what's even crazier. Like, I haven't read a book like, well, no, not that I haven't. It's been a time in my life where I went years without reading any books. And when I realized that, okay, I really love this comedy thing, man. Like, even before I ever got paid for anything, I love doing it. Like, I remember the first time I went to an open mic, I was like that moment, I was with my girl, we were out, in that moment I realized I was like, wow, I believe I finally found my why. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And that allowed me, I read the Kevin Hart book, one of his books. I read Tiffany Haddish's book, Steve Harvey. And, like, it even opened my mind up to other stuff, like let me see, what's the name of that book that I'm, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm reading that now. It's just, because I realize it's not as, like, it's not like somebody's forcing you to do these things. It's like you just want to elevate your mind and just see so many different stuff. And, like, you want to see so many different point of views because at the end of the day, nobody thinks exactly like you think. So when you realize that, you can take a little bit of everything from everybody that'll help mold you into the person that you already are, but it just kind of opens your eyes a little bit more. Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. I hope we ain't lost sound. Tammy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello,
my
can you hear
bad. I
me?
don't know what happened. Yeah, I got you.
No, it ain't you. It was something going on with this thing, man. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, it's cool, man. Things happen. I ain't even tripping.
Because I could hear you. I was like, oh my God. Like, all of a sudden I saw my mic disappear. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, man, I gotta say, like, not a lot of people read and really study like the people they look up to or the people that they want to be like or for the career that they're trying to be in. And I think that's pretty awesome that you just a lot of people don't read. I like not
Yeah.
now, you know what I mean, with so much going on. So what even made you pick up the books? Like, what made you say, you know what, I'm gonna check this book out, or what intrigued you to do that?
Honestly, it was my girl. Like, she was the reason, man. She was like a major part. Like, and even before I met her, I knew that I wanted to do comedy. But she was like, hey, like, if you want to do these things, you need to, like, look into them because she owns her own business or whatever. Shout out Pinky Promise Studio. And she just was like, hey, like, if you want to do these things, you need to find, like, people that's doing the things that you want to do or some of the things that you want to do. And you need to be well versed on, like, where you going or where you want to go with things. Like, and one thing she always pushes, like, you got to pray. You got to pray for discernment. You got to pray for direction. And I'm like, you're right. And then from listening to something I actually do a lot of, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Like I actually just finished listening to you and B's podcast for Unchecked Apparel, and I'm like, yo,
Appreciate it.
like that's pretty dope, man. So I was like, yeah, you gotta educate yourself. Because the first podcast that I was on, man, was shout out Doe Stacks, was the Doe Show. It was Doe and Bezo at the time. And it's, you know, like it's amazing to see people that, you know, from around my way that I know, you know what I'm saying? I've known these people from, you know, different parts of life. So to see them go out and do things that they want to do, like all you guys, man, it's amazing to me. So I got to kind of tune in, and I'm like, if you know of me, I'm support everybody from around the way. Like people don't realize that support can be as easy as a like. Like
Right.
people, and like I'm sure you realize, like you got people, even family, man. People, I'm not even saying that they don't support you, because I hear things from people who I didn't even knew that I was doing comedy. Like, man, man, you funny, bro. Like, man, keep doing what you're doing. And I'm like, bro, I ain't even knew I was doing comedy. I ain't never seen you like view a video, like a video, leave a comment.
Nothing.
Like,
Right.
but, you know, I ain't putting on that. Like a OG from the hood, man, he told me, he was like, yo, like, you know, man, like sometimes when I'm feeling down, I just go to your page and just watch videos. Because if you know, I got a lot of content out there. Like,
Yeah.
and I kind of slowed down on it, man. I slowed down because I feel like some of the times it was it wasn't getting appreciated the way that I felt like it should have been. But that's not really my choice. Only thing I know is I just want to give people an out. If it's only for a moment or a second, just give them an out to where, you know, they can smile, like they can forget about all the troubles of their day, and in that instant, they can smile and be like, dang, like, yo. And regardless of if you go back to, you know, back into that slump or, you know, that slumber that you're in, you get that one moment, and that's what I want to do. Hello?
Let me just say, I think that thinking beyond just one, because a lot of people do a lot of stuff just to be seen, but it's more or less it seems like you have a purpose for what you're doing. And I think I could, now honestly, being for real, I could see you on a Wild and Out stage. And even just seeing people from around the way, like big shout out to Courtney, to Doe Stacks, to his podcast. I'm hoping to get him on the show too. You know, he's been doing his thing for a very long time, man, and I'm very proud for people from back home, man, like, because people are really doing their thing. You know, Mr. Lassane, he's dope, you know, with his
Yeah.
designs, from his music to his designs. And, you know, now I'm grateful to even have you on the show, because I'm like, I saw some of your videos. I was like, okay, this cat's funny. And he's from around the way. I don't know nobody else from back home doing what you do. And you stand out. So tell me what you think makes you stand out. What makes you different?
I think it's the reason why I do things, man. It's the reason why I want to do the things that I do. Like, my life from the beginning, it's been like, you know, it's a movie. Like, people say stuff like that, but it's legitimately been a movie, from a place of pain, from a place of hurt. Like, I've been through so much in my 31 years. Like, you know, from losing my parents, like, you know, to almost losing my brother, to losing my grandmother, my grandfather. Like, I do this because it honestly, it not only gives people an out, it gives me an out. Because, like, when I go and I start creating, like, that gives me the opportunity to forget some of the things that I've been through, and just allows me to bring joy to other people. Like, people, like, if knowing my story, man, like, a lot of people, they didn't expect me or any of my brothers to do the things that we do or be doing the things that we're doing. Like we're like completely out of like a comfort zone, man. Like nobody expected me to go to college. Nobody expected me to go to high school. I mean, if you knew my parents, you would be like, okay, yeah, like yeah, that's Mary and Joe's son. You know, like oh, he gonna be great. But then if you hear, oh, you got a young black male, no parents, lost his grandmother, like before he was 14 years old, like you don't expect me to go out and do the things that I'm doing. Like you got people like me and my brothers, you got some of us like things that we're doing from buying properties to, you know what I'm saying, investing in ourselves, being able to invest in other people. It's not like, don't get me wrong, we're not rich or nothing like that, but it's just, it's a hustle in you, you know, and it's like, it ain't that you, like people say, oh, you know what I'm saying, it's in you, it ain't on you. That's like a big thing. People like say it's in you, it ain't on you, and I respect that. And maybe it came from my grandmother. Even before that, like I got a homegirl that always said, "Man, your family was in the Illuminati." I'm like, the Illuminati, man, ain't no Illuminati. I don't know nothing about none of that because my grandma, she owned the club, she owned like properties. You know what I'm saying? She used to sell liquor. She had liquor stores. She, you know, it's just you just gotta do it, man. That's the biggest thing, and that's what I realized. Like it's in my pedigree to where I just gotta do it. I gotta get it done. Like my girl always say, oh, you like everybody not as strong as you, and I'm like what you mean? I guess I expect everybody to be mentally where I am, like to be able to somebody come at you with something, even with these jokes, man, like people like a roasting thing. My brother, he was like his senior high school, he was class clown. So I've been getting like ain't nothing nobody can say to me to make me feel inadequate because I've been getting roasted since I was for as long as I can remember. So anybody can get the smoke, and anybody who ever grew up with me, who known me growing up, like Seni real with these jokes, like. Make sure don't have your emotions on your sleeve. Send real with these jokes. It ain't that I'm a bully. I don't go looking for people, but make sure you're ready if you come into that door.
So let's talk about it. Roasting. Is that something that you find yourself, has anybody ever asked you to just roast them? Like I've
Oh
seen that going on. They want you to actually
yeah,
roast them.
yeah. People, hey, you know, sometimes people like I don't know what it is. I think some people just want to know like how they're viewed through other people's eyes, and sometimes like I say stuff that aren't true about people, just joke in a joking manner all the time because I joke like that, and you know it's no, and if I joke with you, it's like I fuck with you for real. Like I don't like you know what I'm saying. It's like we have that connection, that bond. We on that level. I can joke with you like my brothers. I got a homegirl, one of my best friends. If you hear how me and her talk to each other, not disrespectful at all. We've been friends since I was in like legit real friends since I was in 8th grade. If you hear how we joke, like if you were fly on the wall, they're like, bro, they don't like each other. Nah, it's just the whole roasting thing, man. That's why like I know you said about the whole wilding out thing. Like my mind is it's just so quick, like it's real snappy. Like what I got something to say about everything. Like if I choose to, like I can get at you, but as I've gotten older, I realize, you know, you can't really say everything to everybody. And you know, because some people they don't know how to take stuff. You know, you might hurt someone's feelings, like, and you know, my girl back again. Something she told me, like, cause you know, I start, you know, once when we got met or whatever, start dating, I start hanging out with her and some of her friends sometimes, and they want to say little snappy stuff to me, so I say something back, like, of course, nothing disrespectful, cause I was raised by women, but you gonna get this word. So they like, oh, like baby, she like, baby, you can't say that to people because that like you hurt their feelings. Like, okay, I'm working on me, cuz I'm working on me, man.
Speaking of cuz, you know what? Okay, so I know you did say you said you had like older brothers. I
Yeah.
think we're cousins. I think because I'm related to Hannah's in Hemingway, so I think we cousins for real, for real. Be honest with you.
We are cousins for real, for real. Like you a little older than me, so you don't remember. But shoot, I remember like your older brother Jimmy Jam. Like I know him, I know Twan. Like they told like ever since we was kids, me and Twan was like, yeah, man, we people. Like you know what? Okay, shoot, that's right. So I'm like word. So I know, yeah, we people, cuz we people. But it's like it's such a small town, man. Like, but it's so much that you don't know, because a lot of times, like, shoot, I can tell you this: I don't go home but once every blue moon, and I'm like maybe 45 minutes out away in Florence, but I don't go home that often, because I got my brother down there, I got my aunt down there, a couple aunts and uncles, but once everybody got off and get grown, everybody go off doing their own thing. It ain't that it's no less love. It's just people living their lives, man. They starting their
Right.
families. Yeah, so you just out there and you just doing your thing. People working all the time. It's like that's what I was telling you. I was hoping that I would be able to make the day and the time, because shoot, man, work's so crazy, man. Like I can get called right now and they be like, oh, I need you to come in, but it's cool. I ain't tripping. I'm blessed because like a lot of people during this time they don't know where their next meal coming from. You got
Right.
people that's broke now that ain't never been broke before. And they've been living their life on the straight and narrow, like working check to check, but they work though. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
That's
you just
true.
gotta do what you can and just keep pushing.
That
But
is
it's
so
all a
true.
blessing in disguise, man, because so many people like learning how to survive without working for somebody else. Like they doing other things now. See me, like what I want to do. Like I don't want to work for anybody else anymore. I mean, I'm doing that now. Like I just want to do my comedy, man. I like that. What they call it, they just call it a private contract. That's all I want to do. That's how I want to make my living. I want to be able, like, pay for my family, support my family, um, do simple stuff. Like people you don't think about till you get older. Like get insurance. Man, people don't got insurance. Like for real. Like if you pay
That's
attention, because
true.
there's so many jobs that got to get filled. People don't got no insurance, man. You get sick, well, that might be the last time you get sick. Like you got to be mindful of all that stuff.
That is so true, bro. Like, and I didn't really think about that before. Like, a lot of people are, out here without insurance. A lot of people have jobs that also just don't really offer insurance either. So it's a crazy time. I think it's just a crazy time for everybody. So
Yeah.
just thinking about that, and then with what you do, how has that impacted, you know, how you put out material, or has that impacted how you put out material right now with everything going on?
Man, it's so crazy. Like it really ain't really stopped anything. It stopped as far as like attempting to book shows, to get on dockets, or doing open mics, a little stuff like that. That stuff is slowed down. But the thing about evolution, you just always got to figure out another way to get something done. So something I do a lot of like I do little videos as far as like I want to get in and start doing the lives, because that's what I think I should do anyway.
Yeah.
Like something that I looked into doing, like that I was thinking about doing for a while, and I was like starting a podcast. I already had the idea, already had the like I had show topics, everything. But I was like, I don't know, man, I don't know. Like, cause but your heart got to be in it. You know what I'm saying? And like my biggest thing is I was like, do I want to just do it and it's just gonna be me talking? I was like, so I'm trying to find like a co-host. That was my thing. But I mean, you can't, like how you got your thing going, man. You got a great thing going, and I told you that. Like
Yeah, bro.
it's
I know. I appreciate that, man. I really do.
hey, straight up, man. Like cause I get people telling me like, oh man, like yeah, I want you to go listen to this or listen to that, and I give it I give everybody a shot, man. Like I give everybody a shot, and if I feel it, great. I don't gotta go out of my way like and telling somebody else like, well, like, I don't like Tammy Pop. Like, that's stupid. Like, I'm gonna support regardless. But the fact that I'm into it, like, I like it. Like, I'm riding to yesterday and today I'm listening to UNB or whatever. I just got my haircut. I said, boy, this is some good, like, excuse me, I ain't mean to curse, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to all kinds of podcasts. Man, for real, from you to Doe, I listened to $1 million worth of Game, Eric Thomas, Secret to Success, the Joe Budden podcast, man. Like, to know me, like, I'm from Hemingway, you know that. I'm from Donley, man, originally, so, like, I'm from, like, the middle of the hood of where we from, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
So people
mm-hmm.
like, oh, like, how was his mind? They hear all that, but shoot, at the end of the day, too, I went to Clemson, man. I grew up, like, I think I had like four, white people in my graduating class, and only like 2 of them graduated, I think. You know what I'm saying? Then I go off to Clemson. I'm the only black dude in my class. So I'm so
You good,
man. I can be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, put me in a room with any group of people. You can put me in a room with geniuses. You can put me in the room with hood dudes. Like, if you like to know me, to know, like, I can go to a gala and, a nice suit, because you got, like, man, as a black man, you over 25 years old, you got to have at least one nice suit. I ain't talking no baggy suit, something that fit. Get you something tailored. You know what I'm saying? But from there, you can put me in a hole in the wall with hood dudes. Like, I was at a point one time, man, I had the chain that hang down to my navel. I'm talking about, like, baggy shirts. Shoot, I'm like, yo, I'm with, like, yo, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, man, I'm gonna get him. Like, I've been on all, but I'm grown now, man. The thing is growth. You on every side of the prism. Like, people really don't realize that you just gotta live life, and then at the end of the day, you just realize that, okay, don't box yourself in. Like, you can put me anywhere, and you gonna know I'm there. Like, now, I feel like any room I'm in, I'm the funniest dude in the room. Like, you gonna know, and it's like some people, they in there, and, they trying, like, cracking jokes, like, oh, something gonna hit. Nah, like, some of my funniest stuff is when I'm just having a conversation, just chilling. Like, no drugs, no alcohol gotta be involved. Don't get me wrong. I indulge in a little alcohol. I don't do no drugs, though. You gonna know, like, dang, like, you gonna laugh. If you don't laugh, no, you gonna laugh. Even if you don't like me, you gonna be in the room. man, that nigga funny, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. I'm one of them people you can't, like, not like. Like, you can look at some of my stuff, but you gonna laugh. Like, you can not like me all day, but something I'm gonna say that's gonna wake something up in you, to where I'm gonna take you away from that place you are, that hate in your heart, and you gonna feel me. And that's all I'm trying to do. Like I told somebody, man, I'm just trying to touch souls. Like, I want to give you that healthy laugh, not the one that you gotta struggle to get out. I'm talking about that one that comes from your diaphragm, the one that make you slap your knee, that hit your cousin that's next to you. You hear it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm trying to do, man. And just, bring a little joy to anybody I can bring joy to, every room that I'm in. That's all.
man. Now that's dope. That's a dope way to just look at life, and for you to be transparent, I indulge in a little, I think everybody indulges in a little alcohol from time to time. So, I mean, you know, but I appreciate the fact that you feel like it doesn't have to be a situation where you have to be outside of your normal self, you know what I mean, to have a good time or to have a laugh.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think, well, I got to get lit to, enjoy myself and all this, but I feel like you lose yourself, or, I mean, but hey, to each his own.
Oh yeah, of course. Like, some of my best friends indulge in all kinds of stuff. Like, I can't go for that. I can be around you, and they offer. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't get you something. No, cuz I'm good. I'm okay. I got this this right here, what I'm on, and I don't need nothing else. And to go with that, shoot, I'm still in the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do none of that. And from the Air Force to my job, like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna come a day where I'm gonna be able to do whatever I want to do, and that's gonna be me. But on top of that, I'm very big into fitness. Like, initially when I was trying to like come up with my YouTube channel, like the name of it was Fitness and Funnies. Like, that was it. Like, cause I love working out, I love making people laugh. So that was my thing. So like, my body is like the most important thing to me, because you can't turn this in. Like, this is the only one you get.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
If we could replace them, people would be replacing them like they buy underwear. So I
yeah,
no, you got to take care of it. You do. You really do.
yeah. Like,
So
if people replace cosmetics and stuff, like you can get a new ass, you can get a new ass, you can get a new nose. I ain't know nobody who buying stomachs or heart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, I
if
don't
you
either.
get one, it's because you know, because you get one because you on your deathbed. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do a
Right.
transplant. But yeah, straight up.
So so tell me, how do you balance your family and between your family, your regular job, and what you do as a comedian? How do you balance everything?
And truthfully, a lot of prayer. A lot of prayer. You just gotta make time, man. And like, I'm one of those people. I can work out every day. Like, I just try to. You gotta find pockets within your day to do everything you do. You get 24 hours. Like, you gotta find a pocket where you can write, pocket where you can create, pocket for you to be a best friend to your significant other. Like, I just had a little one 3 weeks ago, my very firstborn.
Congratulations, bro. I was gonna bring it up, but congratulations, my man. I was like, oh my God, he just had a little baby.
Yeah, yeah,
So
man. The most beautiful experience I ever had in my life, man. I told myself, I was like, nah, I ain't gonna cry. Cry, because I'm not an emotional person. I'm just not, because I seen so much, but I ain't
right.
never seen that before. You know what I'm saying? We had an
Hmm.
in-home birth. Like, I seen her come out of her mama. I'm like, yo, like, that's me right there. Like,
Aw.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, like, I'm the first person you see outside, the midwife and stuff, like me. Like, you come out your mind, me, like,
Aw.
bruh. Yeah, man. It's so the thing about that, it's just wearing multiple hats. You just gotta find time. And something that I'm realizing, something that I might, get into doing too, is like, you got people that, like, we got all these cell phones, man. You gotta create schedules. Like, it's gonna sound crazy. Like, I'm talking about, like, you're gonna have to, oh, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes on this, 30 minutes on this. Oh, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes with the old lady. I'm gonna spend 30 minutes with the baby. Like, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's life happens. So some of this stuff it's not gonna go into effect the way that you want it to. But the fact that you trying and they know you trying, that's all they gonna ask of you. Just make sure you trying, man. And don't just say you trying, but actually do stuff. That's the easiest thing you can do. Is I believe it helps all of us, like, wear these multiple hats, because nobody really has one hat, and if you do, you're selfish. So you gotta cater to the needs of yourself. First and foremost, you gotta take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of you, you can't take care of nobody else.
Oh, that's
And then
true.
at that point, you're able to take care of the things and the people that you have to take care of. I never felt responsible for anybody else but myself. Like, now I got a whole little person that I have to take care of. Like, nobody else gonna do it. Like, I was telling my girl the other day, like, the baby was crying. Like, I had her, she crying, and I'm just looking like, because I got 7 nieces and nephews, so I'm looking at the baby. I'm like, yo, like, well, I need to pass off to her mama, pass off to her daddy. I look at my girl, she look at me. I look at the baby. I'm like, yo. Nah, ain't no passing off. It's yours. You gotta take care of it.
Yeah, you can't pass the baby off. That's yours right there.
Yeah, yeah. Get a little fussy. That's all you.
Yeah, that's it. You can't. Yeah, no passing off the responsibility there. It's all you, Bucko.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
tell everybody about a time, right, that maybe you thought about giving up, or have you ever thought about giving up?
Well, the the closest I ever really felt to giving up was when I was in college. Um, and I couldn't pay my rent. Uh, at that point, I was like I wasn't doing good in school, so like student loan, like, cause that's the only nobody paid for me to go to school. Like I had to get everything through scholarships and loans. And when I lost my scholarship, I'm at the point where damn, like I don't know how I'm gonna keep going to school. What I'm gonna do now? Like
Hmm.
a lot of people they got mommy and daddy they can go back to, and like ain't nothing happen. Go get a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm like like what am I gonna do? So at this time, I'm like dang, like I don't have anything. Like I don't have anything to my name. Only thing I had was a car in an apartment. And so I'm like, oh man, like and you got to tighten up. Like you got to figure this thing out. And I had a partner, um, shout out Biju, who like had just went into the military because basically the same thing happened to him, happened to me, happened to him. He had just failed out of college, because he ain't had the money to pay. And if you ain't paying these people, you can't come to their school. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna join the military because I mean,
Oh.
at the time I'm like, shoot, what? And some people like going to the military for multiple reasons. Like you got some people looking for direction, you got some people looking for money, you got some people looking to get school paid for. At the time, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna come back to school and da 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 da. Everything had sound good. Everything sounded
Hmm.
amazing.
Hmm.
I had already had like a seed planted in my mind that I wanted to do comedy anyway, and that was from a girl I used to talk to. She was like yo, like she was AKA, so she like they had this little like fashion show or event or something. I don't even remember exactly what it was. She was, and I was dating another girl, like I was dating a Delta, because me and the other girl used to talk, but she was like, people threw my name in the pot, and like they knew that she knew me, so they was like, oh, like you should get Seni the host. Like he funny. Like you should really get him the host. Like see how that goes. And I was like, and she brought it to me. And my girl at the time, I told her, and she was like, just being nasty, of course, because the thing about the Greek life, they don't rock with each other. Outside of that, me being her dude now and having the old chick that I used to talk to, she was like, oh yeah, do what you want to do. And I almost didn't do it. And so
Oh, wow.
yeah, I almost didn't do it. And everything came in full circle, and I actually hosted the event for them, like me and this other girl. I feel like that was the start of it all. Like, cause I always knew, like, people just, if you around me, you gonna laugh. So people knew that about me. And then I went on and did that and everything like that. And then like even before I got done, like before I finished out of school and went into the military and everything, that same homeboy of mine that went into the Air Force, he told me, he was like, bro, like you funny, you always making like people laugh, like you great at this. Like why not get paid for it?
Hmm.
And I was like, dang, you know, maybe I should step out, of my comfort zone and, just do this because I enjoy it anyway. If the money comes, the money comes. If not, just know that you enjoying yourself, man. Like I when I was younger, I did something. I did a little weed, but that's it. I don't, people think because I went to, a predominantly white institution, they think that I was indulging in like the white people drugs. I was not indulging in no. Because when I
Did
was
you?
a kid, my aunt told me, she say, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna get on that white horse, you're gonna have to have deep pockets or a deep asshole? And I ain't had none, and I'm working on the deep pockets. They got the deep asshole. Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you just call it white? First of all, you called it white people drugs. Then
Hey, man,
she said, if you're gonna be on the white horse, tell them, wait, what did you say you had to have again? A what?
if you gonna hop on that white horse, you gonna have deep pockets or a deep
Oh my
asshole.
God.
And I ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? My stomach hurt from using the asshole. You know, to each his own, because I ain't got no problem with nobody, so to each his own. But you got to know your lane. You feel what I'm saying? And I know that
Right.
wasn't my lane.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
but that the whole college thing, man. That like, cause growing up, man, like, cause I was always one of the smart kids. Like, I was always one of the smart kids. Like, people knew. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, that they knew. Like, oh yeah, he from the hood. That like they knew my brothers. Oh yeah, da da da. But at the end of the day, I'm going to like math competitions, getting first place. I'm going to business calculations, business math. Like in high school, getting first place in Charleston. Like doing all these little events and stuff. Like people knew I was smart, but I was just going to school because that's what a lot of people felt like I couldn't do. Like I couldn't be that kid that went off to school and did great things, or I shouldn't have been because I ain't had no parents. Like, and they I guess they kind of looked at me because my brother, like I moved in with him when I was 13 years old when my grandma passed, so they look at it like, oh, he not gonna be nothing, you know. So I'm like, oh, I got to prove them wrong. And then when I got into Clemson, oh man, like I'm talking like some of the big dope deals, like yo, like we got you, bruh. Like anything you need, it's all love, and which it was, you know what I'm saying. But a lot of those guys that I looked up to, like, because I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Don't get me wrong. I was going to school and getting great grades and stuff, but I wanted to grow up to be the dope man. That's what I wanted. Like that was where my mind was. My brother, he was like, no, you're not gonna be that dude. That's not gonna be you. You're gonna go off to school. You're gonna do great things, and I still appreciate him to this day. So I went off to school, you know what I'm saying, and then I found different avenues of things and I found myself, because coming from a small town like Hemingway, you kind of fall into a lot of stuff, like, because it was all, for me, man, it was all about girls. That was it. All about girls, like, and I didn't play. I played a little bit of sports here and there, but I wasn't great. I wasn't really good. And so those was the dudes that was getting the girls. Like if you was light skinned or you could play sports, that's how you get the girls. So I had he my way into a lot of daughters, like people daughters and stuff. That was my thing. Hey, make them laugh so they could get who you want.
Oh, what? You
Make
he'd.
them, hey, I wanted, because I'm
Bro.
trying not to curse because I ain't know if I should be cursing, but then, like, I say what I say, I he'd my way into it.
Right,
Hey,
right. Oh my God. Yeah.
they
Okay.
was doing their thing like, Seni, you so crazy. And hey, they was giving it up and I was taking it.
Oh my God. Oh Lord. Okay. So tell everybody, what is one goal that you've set for yourself for the year? What's something that you're hoping to accomplish by the end of 2020? What's one thing?
My biggest thing for by the end of 2020, like, because I've been for the past couple of years, I've been creating like somewhat of a fan base. Some people are like hardcore, some people are fair weather, like, and I get a lot of support from a lot of people. But my biggest thing is the notoriety for the year, like, because the material's there, the talent's there. Like, I got books full of stuff, man. Like, the biggest thing is to get the notoriety, to be known by somebody that's in a position that can give me opportunities. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've gotten to the point where I realize a lot of stuff I got to take these opportunities. I gotta do it for myself. Like, you got to put money behind yourself.
Yeah.
And out of everything that I've done, it's not that I don't, believe in myself, but I'm trying to figure out, because, you got so many different scams and stuff out there. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, fine, okay, this is what I need to do to get this done, or this is what I need to do to get this done. Like, so I'm just trying to figure out, like, what I need to do exactly to get my name into those right rooms. Because I know my name is in a lot of rooms of people that have never said anything to me, have never even liked anything that I've ever done to, like, that I can see it. I mean, they might have liked it in their heart, but they didn't, they didn't let me know. Like, I give you an example. You know how Instagram got the story and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if you know who Zoe Dollars is. Like, he like this artist or whatever. He's a big artist, and I always see he always in my story from people like Gilbert Arenas, my favorite point guard of all time. Like that, like I'm knowing my name is like he's commented on videos. He's in my story. Like my name's getting in those rooms. So once my name get in those rooms, and I'm just looking for a crack in the door. Like that's what I'm looking for. By the end of the year, I just want to find that crack in the door, and I'm gonna knock the whole building down. They gonna know who I am. That's my biggest thing. So just by the end of the year, the people who need to know, just making sure that they know who I am.
Wow. But you know
I know I'm
something?
all over the place.
No. You're perfectly all right. But you do see that a lot. You see a lot of times somewhere where people may not ever say anything to you, but they are paying attention to your moves. They're paying attention to what you're doing. They're watching what you do. So so just like you're saying, don't think. What I mean, don't think that people aren't paying attention to what you got going on, because
Exactly.
you'll just be so shocked sometimes when opportunity knocks at your door like that. Like you'll be really surprised. And I think outside of this podcast, we'll chop it up, but it's so many different avenues and ways that you can just do your thing. You know what I mean? Like right now you
Yeah.
really are doing your thing, because social media is really a big part of um, connecting with people that you may not normally ever connect with. People who, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of videos I might see on social media and I might laugh at that people post, I might not always like. I might I might not always like it. I might not always comment, but it made me laugh, and I just kind of keep scrolling to the next video. I don't, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I don't
Oh
always just
yeah.
like it. But a lot of older people, they don't, they just know scroll. They don't really do a lot of that liking and all that either. So, you just gotta kind of think of it like that too. But people are looking
Yeah.
at what you do, believe it or not. People are watching what you do.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Oh yeah. I found that out from people who I ain't even knew. Like I'm talking about like older people, yo. Like yo, I see you in your funny video. Like even my uncle. My uncle, who I don't even know if he got a Facebook or not. Like he tell me, nephew, I seen you. Da 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 da. I'm like, oh, what you talking about? Like, we not even friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And I'm gonna tell you this, and I meant to mention this sooner. It was one of your interviews. I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but it was a guy that you had on there. Like my man, like I don't know the dude. I don't even remember his name off the top of my head. But that's a dope brother, man. Like that's a dope brother, and I feel like he's somebody that I might need to, touch bases with eventually. See what he got going on. See like if we can work together on something. I know you probably know who I'm talking about, but I can't remember his name. But he caught my ear, man. Like I was very interested in what the brother had to say. And I was like, dang, like all the stuff that he told me that he was doing and that he did, I'm like, I'm very interested in, finding out about this. But I even tried to look his name up, but I couldn't find it. I don't know if I was hearing wrong or what, but I was like, shoot, like he's probably even somebody that I can work with. Like stuff like this, it's all about the networking. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know this brother, but he sounds like a pretty solid dude, just from listening to him and like you doing your thing and getting deep into, conversation asking the right questions. I was like, shoot, I might want to work with him. I don't know on what, but I might need to.
I don't know. Was it Barry and McQueen?
I think it was. I think it was.
The marketer. Okay.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of great things. I've been watching him, and he grew. Like, I interviewed him a long time ago when he was like an artist, and then now he's just doing like the branding thing. So, you know, shout out to him.
Definitely. So, man, yeah, because he sounds like he own his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear and you see people doing stuff like that, man, it kind of make you gravitate towards those people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a moth to a flame. Like, okay, I see what he's doing. I might want to, he's probably somebody that will, that we could collab on something or even whatever. Like, even him, you know what I'm saying? Because I think something he said, he was like his company or whatever. He said like how I don't remember exactly what it was, but how he has those people there and like this like a family, man. Like, he understands. Like he was talking about the pandemic and everything. So like tell how he basically like even what B was saying, like creating millionaires. Like my man just he building himself, but he building other people too. Like allowing people to go on and do great things for themselves. And that's major because, like, when you think about it, it's money out here for all of us, man. It's money out here to be made. Like, I don't gotta, like, slander your name to make me sound good. That ain't gonna get me nothing. That ain't gonna get me nothing but another enemy.
A lot of people don't think of it like that. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't. So it's good that that you look at it more from a positive standpoint as opposed to where some people look at it like, okay, I'm going to cut this person down so I could be up, so I can go up myself. No, that's not how it works. That's not how you're going to get yourself out there. It's really not. So I think it's dope. You even listen to that. So, wow, like, thank you for even just listening, because he was really dropping some jewels too.
Yeah, I was definitely into it, man. And like I was telling you about the whole reading thing, man. Like something, in my mind, I'm always like, cause I felt like I kind of always had to do it myself anyway. But from reading, like a couple books, and I want to say it was the Steve Harvey book. It might have been Jump. I think that's the name of it. Steve said, you can't do anything by yourself. Like if anybody ever told you that, they're a liar. They ain't do it by themselves. Somebody helped them along the way. Mm-hmm. So a big thing for me, I really want to, like, I joke around and, I got my, my agenda of things that I want to do. Something that I really want to do, though, man, is really help, like, young black men and young black women. But, more so young black men because I know how it is to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, people look at my story and they think, like, dang, like, I want them to look back and be like, wow, like he was able to do that and all that adversity that he had to go through and all the challenges he had to overcome. Like, I want to be able to look at those kids and look them in the eye and be like, okay, don't give me no excuse of why you can't do nothing. Because if I was able to do it, anybody can do it. Like, excuses, we can't really, like, they sound good. And it's a cop-out a lot of times, and, like, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, like, this person or that person might have was, like, ahead of me because of, in life, because, like, they parents, like, paid for them to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a homeboy, both his parents together, great jobs, great people, you know what I'm saying? Like, this brother was able to go to school and not have to worry about paying rent or anything. I went to school, like, I got my first refund check. Nobody ever gave me no money. So I got my first refund check, man. I'm going off, like we in the mall every week. And at that time in my life, I ain't realized, like, you ain't got to have the most expensive clothes or this, because I had a problem. It was women. I had look. I still love women, but I got one woman now. But the thing was just women. Oh, they gonna love when I put this on. I used to get a haircut, I think, every week. I'm talking about I get a haircut this week, shape up this week, because my hair ain't grow a lot. I ain't that I was going bald, it just don't grow fast. So that was my thing. And so I might not go to class this day. I don't feel like it. But the money still due. Clemson gonna get their money. But
listen,
yeah.
You said your focus was women.
Straight up. Straight up. Like that was it. I ain't care. I could get out of a test, make a 57, calling up a chick as soon as I get out there. What you doing? I'm in class texting her, hey, so we getting her later. You know what I'm saying? I was, hey, you ain't gonna get nothing chasing women. If you chase money, then you can get women. If you chase your dream, women gonna come. Like that's the truth about it. But if you chasing money, no, not money, but if you chasing women, ain't nothing gonna come behind that. Ain't nothing but heartache and hard time. You got to figure out what you're gonna do with your life. Because just chasing women, that ain't gonna be it. That is not gonna do it for you.
You gotta tell them. You gotta tell these guys. You know, like especially young boys growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I think everybody thinks. I think when we're young, we think, oh, it's time to go crazy. Wild out. Just be carefree. But looking back, it's kind of like, dang. I wish I would have done X, Y, Z differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Growing up, but some people don't think like that.
Yeah. But and that goes back to like what we were saying, man. Like I got a story to tell. I feel like I can help so many people. Like I can tell you the things to do, and I can tell you the things not to do. I can tell you things that I did that I knew I shouldn't have been doing. Like a lot of things, man. It's a lot of things, and I just want to help. I want to help the youth, man. Like I want to, like another guy that I look up to. I didn't mention his name, but Steve Harvey. Like he bought this land out, I think it's somewhere in Texas. It's a lot of land, and he got like a place for like a school for like young black kids or whatever, young kids or whatever. That's something that I love. Something that I would like to be a part of, or create something along those lines too. Because, we go to school, like, and we learn all these things that'll have nothing to do with anything that we do in life. Like, it won't benefit us at all. It's just that they put us in a system. Like, they want you to be able to take tests. They want to give you information. They want you to be able to regurgitate it back to them in a written format, which won't help me at all. Like, I think I had one accounting class when I was in high school. It was a joke. Like, I didn't have.
It ain't funny, but when I think about that, I'm thinking about the teachers that was teaching accounting in our school. So you say it was a joke?
Yeah. Like, a lot of things in this world that we realize is ran by politics. I think I had political science. It was taught by like a football coach. A man ain't knew nothing about nothing. He was just teaching the class, and he didn't care. He was teaching the class so that he can coach. Because you got to actually be, and don't get me wrong, I think it's amazing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of the kids that he would be able to get through to that somebody else wouldn't be able to get through to. But at the same time, I feel like teachers should teach. Athletes should do whatever they do athletically. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to coach, that's great. Like, you might be one of the greatest coaches ever, but they shouldn't make you have to, like, but that's more money. And, everybody want to save money. They shouldn't put those guys in those rooms to teach these kids about things that they're going to need later in life when they don't care. Because if, like, people are really starting to realize how important teachers are, especially teachers that care about these kids. Like, those are the ones that's going to make a difference in our lives. Like, I got a teacher that I remember. Two of my favorite teachers, man, were Miss Pinkney. I don't know if you might know Miss Pinkney. Zebra Paint.
Which one? Zebra, yes. I remember Miss
Yeah.
Zebra.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite teachers of all time, and rest in peace, Miss Bath. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite teachers. She loved me even before I even came in her class because she had my brother. And, like, my brother loved her. I went to her funeral, man. Like, and this an older white lady. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Miss
people.
Bath. What did she teach?
English. I know she was there when you was there.
I think I know who you're talking about. I did not know that. I didn't know she passed away.
Yeah, but she
But
passed
I'm sorry,
away. Like,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you good, man. She passed away probably like 2 years after I graduated, or a year or the summer or something like that after I graduated. I never met her family before, but I went to a funeral, you know what I'm saying? I did all of that because, man, she, like, you know, you come across genuine people in your life, man, that really show you, like, an unconditional love. Like, you don't owe them nothing. Like, and, you know, you a kid, you do stupid stuff. You know, I could have done a million things to make Miss Bath not like me or hate me, you know, maybe not hate me, but a million things where, you know, she could have been like, I don't know what's wrong with this young man, you know what I'm saying? But she always showed me love, and so I could only always give it back, you know what I'm saying? So it's people got to realize, like, and during this like pandemic and everything, like these teachers, I don't know, at least hopefully they still getting paid. Of course, we know it ain't enough because but hopefully they still getting paid, you know what I'm saying? Because they make a difference in these kids' lives, man, because a couple of them definitely made a difference in my life.
I mean, a lot of people don't even speak about that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? About, like, their teachers that really influenced them, that really made a difference. You know, like I don't know if she was there when you was in high school, but Miss Kennedy, the one that taught, I think she taught like science or something. I forgot what exactly.
Which Miss Kennedy you talking about? You talking about the black one?
No. White Miss Kennedy.
Yeah, I had Miss. So it's funny you say that. I had Miss Kennedy for gifted and talented, and I think I had her for like some science, like biology or something like that. I really like Miss Kennedy. She was solid, man. She was definitely solid. Like she's not one of those teachers. Like, I ain't got nothing bad to say about her. Like, I'm grown. I don't like what she'd do to me. She was a great teacher. Like, so I remember Miss Kennedy.
Yes. It's amazing, you know, a lot of these teachers impact how, you know, how we move. You know what I mean? Like, how we decide to sometimes move in life, because people do take a chance. Like Miss Bath, how she impacted you. You know what I'm saying? How Miss Pinckney, how she impacted you too. Because a lot of people feel differently. They feel like, oh, you know, dang, certain teachers will make a kid not want to come to school, or make a kid feel like, dang, I ain't gonna never. They treat you, you know what I mean? They'll treat you like you. How can I explain it? They'll treat you like you supposed to be like a fool, or supposed to be the clown, or whatever. You know what I mean? When that's not who we are. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that you had those teachers. I'm glad that they were still teaching when you was in school.
Yeah. And, you know, with everything going on right now, I know we ain't said too much about it, but, you know, now you're getting all these people like Facebook advocates and, you know, activists, you know, like, oh, like, you know, like they pro-black. And I mean, yeah, okay, you can be pro-black, but you don't have to be anti-anything else. Like, I love my brothers and sisters, and, you know, the fact that I just had my own little girl, like, of course, you know, you afraid for this world because it's cruel out here, man. But something a guy told me a couple weeks ago, he was like, you know, yeah, Harry, he was telling me about the Harriet Tubman movie, and because I haven't seen it. Like, you know how she freed the slaves, and like how she was like taking them north or whatever. And I was like, yeah. Then he was like, but what you got to also realize is you got those white people, man, that risk their lives, like, because without them, like, we wouldn't have made it through a lot of these stuff that we made it through. Like, you got some of those that like they were killed because they were helping us. So, like, the color of a person's skin doesn't make them a good person or a bad person. It's the things that they do. Like, and that's and like going to, a mostly black school, but I got like all these, white teachers or whatever, like it gave me a different kind of love, for everybody. Like you don't never see me, like I see people like going at people that they know, like, and I know you probably seen it too on Facebook, people that we know, like people, they hate each other. Like and they letting it be known, oh, I hate this, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he this, he that, he this. Man, I don't even get into all that stuff, man, because at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if a person ain't been nothing but good to me, I ain't going to be nothing but good to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because love is free, and it's going to always be love. Regardless of who gives it or who takes it away, it's going to be love, man. And that's all I'm trying to push for everything. And just the only thing I want to teach my daughter is how to be a great person. That's the biggest thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to be plenty of other things that I'm going to be able to teach her. You know what I'm saying? There's things that her mom is going to instill in her. Because I feel like I ain't a great person, but I'm a good person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when people are born, like you get, all right, you start at zero. Don't get me wrong. If you're Christian, Jesus died for our sins, all of that. But if you when you're first born, you start at zero. And life it's about checks and balances. So, okay, I might get like 20 points for helping an old lady cross the street. I might lose about 50 points with a little monster truck I had stole when I was 5 years old that my granddaddy found out about and told, and I got my ass cut up. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I've done more good in the world than I've done bad. So I'm good. I'm content with myself. And that's going to get me in the head. That's how I feel. But if you out here and you steady doing bad, you doing this, you doing that, hey, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you.
So tell us right now, right, with your career, with what you're trying to do as a comedian, what's one of the biggest challenges that you have faced so far, and how did you overcome that?
The biggest challenge was realizing everything ain't for everybody. Like, every joke ain't for every person. From your family, like, I just, I sit back like a fly on the wall. You would think that because somebody is your family, they tell you they love you. You know what I'm saying? The hardest part is realizing that everybody not going to support you the way that you think they should support you. And that's our biggest thing. We feel like everything's supposed to be black and white. So the biggest challenge would be accepting that I'm not for everybody. Like I'm champagne cognac. I'm Remy Martin. This person might drink gin. They might drink Syrah. But it's enough people in this world that's gonna drink this Remy. I just gotta find those people. When they realize, like that's what I was telling you about, like finding your why, like, and they realize that, okay, he ain't for everybody, but he is for a lot of people. It's regardless of what you do, it's at least 1 million people that think a little bit like you or will support the things that you do. But the hardest thing to overcome is realizing that everything ain't for everybody, whether it's your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. Everybody not going to like what you're doing. They're not going to support it because they don't see it. They don't see your vision. They don't see what you're doing or why you're doing it. So you got to know why you're doing everything you're doing, and you got to wake up every morning and realize, okay, I'm doing this for me. I ain't doing this for nobody else. I'm doing this for me, and I'm going to keep doing it. And somebody going to feel me. Somebody going to feel me. It might not be the person that I think going to feel me. It ain't going to be like my cousin here, my cousin there, but somebody going to feel me, and them the people that's, the people that support you and they don't got no reason to support you, that's when it's really going to take off.
That is so dope to think of it like that, because
Yeah.
a lot of times you're right. Your family aren't always going to support what you do, you know what I mean? And even with, things being just as simple as a share or a like or whatever, they're not. If that's not what they like, that's not what they like, and they're not going to support anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know, you just got to keep going. You know what I mean? No matter what. And I think a lot of people get caught up in feeling like, you know, well, my family didn't, you know, do X, or my family didn't do Y, or didn't do Z, or whatever. And, you know, you do gotta kind of get over it and just keep moving and be grateful for the people that do support you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You hit it on the head.
So I'm not going to hold you too long, but I do want to ask you, so what is your philosophy on reaching for your dreams? Like, what is your philosophy on that?
So, okay. Just keep going, man. Like, it ain't about, you know, the things that get in your way. Just keep going. And you, like, something that I haven't really, you know, I haven't found a mentor. Like, I haven't found a person that I felt like, okay, that I know that, this is who I want to, you know, take a lot of advice from. And it's hard for me to take advice from somebody who I don't know that's lived, like, or have gone where I want to go in life. But find you a mentor. It don't even have to be in physical form. It can be in mental form. Like Kevin Hart, that's a mentor of mine. I never met this brother a day in my life. He don't even know he mentoring me, but he is. Like, I'm reading his books. I'm watching his interviews. Like, I'm researching the things that, you know, a lot of things that he did. Like, you got to find that mentor. And you got to figure out a plan. Like, that's it. I recommend writing it down, which is something that I don't do as often as I should, but I do. Write it down. Put it on a sticky note. Put it on an index card and look at it every day. This is what I want to do. So at that place, you find in your mind, okay, so this is what I want to do. So these are the things that I need to do to get these things done. You got to find that mentor and you got to find that place. One of my, like, a guy, Kobe Bryant, like my favorite basketball player ever. Probably my favorite celebrity ever. Like, he's been motivating me in life since I was 7 years old. And he never knew that. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, King. He never knew that. Somebody, it's so crazy, like for Christmas, a partner of mine, he bought me a Kobe Bryant book. It's this right before he passed away. Like, so you got to find somebody that motivates you. Not something that somebody else told you, or something that you like, that your brother liked or your mom liked. You got to find it for you. And once you find that, man, you just keep pushing. Wake up every day and do what you feel like you got to do to get things done. And that's like, and I'm don't get me wrong, I'm still on this quest myself. I haven't, you know, I found my why. Now I'm just looking for that window, because when that window that cracked, I'm kicking the door down, and that they gonna know me. Like like I used to, one of my videos I used to do, I used to always say they gonna know my granddaddy name, because when I do my shows, I talk about me, and I talk about things that I've experienced or things that people that I know that have experienced. So I'm a storyteller. I don't feel like I go out there just like in my stand-ups. I'm not going out there just to tell jokes. I'm going out there to tell a story. And I want you to I want you to get so invested in the things that I'm telling you, to where you're gonna be like, dang, like I feel like I was there. Like I know Uncle Thomas, Granddaddy JP, Uncle James, like these names that I'm shouting out, people gonna feel like they know them too. Like, I give you an example, like the baby, if you see, like it's his uncle that's like, you know, like a lot of his videos and stuff. Like people probably see him out and be like, "What's up, Unc?" You know what I'm saying? Like, so I want to give people that the opportunity to go with me through my life, and that's why I was saying, like, you know, my life is a movie, and it's going to be a day where I'm going to write this script, And it's just gonna be, they're gonna be like, dang, like, okay, now I see why he did this or why he did that or why he moved like this. And that's the biggest thing for me, man. Just wake up every morning and keep pushing.
Well, I want to say thank you so much just for, coming on to the show today and just giving your time. I know, trying to balance everything. I know that isn't an easy thing, especially with a new baby. So thank you so much just for giving some of your time today. And just tell everybody where they can find you on social media if they're just listening in and tuning in.
Hey, first and foremost, I want to say thank you. Just thank you for the opportunity, man. Like, it's been amazing. Even before, like, whenever you told me, like, yo, I want to get you on the show, and then, like, you told me a couple things, like, that you might, think about asking or something like that. And so in my mind, like, you made me think, and I appreciate that. You made me look into myself, like, okay, how am I going to tell this? You know what I'm saying? Like, because, when you just get something, like, immediate, you say the first thing that comes to your mind, and you might miss something. But I appreciate you. You can find me on Instagram, SENI_OH, Senio. From Facebook, Comedian Senio. Comedian spelled comedian, COMEDIAN SENI space OH. From Twitter, you can find me Comedian Senio. All one word, just at Comedian Senio. I'm always putting out content, man. I'm always writing. Just keep pushing, man, and that's how you can find me. Oh, you know what? I missed one thing. And so you got some people that might want to book me for a show or anything like that. Like, just comediansenio@gmail.com. Reach out to me and we chop it up. And of course, cause you got all my information, we gonna do some things, and it's greatly appreciated, man.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, I really appreciate it, and everybody listening, listen, this is a funny guy. So definitely book him. Definitely be on the lookout for him. Check out his videos if you want to get a laugh in. He has a lot of content, so you'll be probably laughing for a very long time. So check him out. Again, thank you, Senio, so much for coming on, cuz I really appreciate it. And after this interview, after I get edited and everything, I'm gonna make sure to send you a copy so you'll have that little clip. And again, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. So I'm gonna let you go, and then I want to thank everybody that tuned in today. I believe also big shout out to Brian, man. He really was supporting and sharing, and just I really appreciate that too, man. So thank you, just the home team, for real. So thank you, everybody that listened. Thank you, Senio, for coming in and just joining the show today. And you guys just stay tuned for the next episode. And make sure you check out the website, dreambigll.com, and you can catch up on some past shows too. So everybody, you have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.